Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Hey, welcome. If you're a small business owner trying to navigate the world of government contracting, you've probably been hearing a ton of chatter about set-asides lately. Well, today, we're going to cut through all that noise and break down the huge shifts happening right now, and more importantly, what they really mean for you and your business.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? It's what's on everyone's mind. With all the headlines and all the policy changes swirling around, a lot of folks are worried. Are these programs even a real path to winning contracts anymore?
Before we get into the weeds of each program, I want you to just let this sink in. This comes from someone who used to be on the other side of the table, an actual government acquisitions officer. This quote gets right to the heart of what really closes a deal, and spoiler alert, it's not the certification. And that right there is the theme for our entire conversation today. The real golden ticket, your actual competitive advantage, it's not a piece of paper. It's the value you bring to the table. An amazing product, an incredible service, that's what wins contracts. Period.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with what set-asides are really for. Then we'll dive into the big changes shaking up the 8A, woman-owned, and HUBZone programs. After that, we'll look at the one program that's actually getting stronger. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the real secret to making it in this space. Okay, let's kick things off with the absolute fundamentals. What are these programs actually built to do? Understanding this is really the first step to building a government sales strategy that actually works. Look, set-asides are simply meant to level the playing field, to give small businesses a fighting chance against the huge corporations. But here's the thing. They are not, and I repeat, not a replacement for having a great business with a great solution. Think of a set-aside as a key that unlocks a door. It gets you into the room, but you still have to walk in and convince them to buy. All right, let's talk about the program that is causing all the drama, the 8A program for socially and economically disadvantaged businesses. For years, it's been a game changer for so many companies, but right now it is facing some serious headwinds. Whoa, just take a look at these numbers. This isn't a small dip. In 2024, you had 550 new companies get into the 8A program. Fast forward to 2025, only 66. That's not just a drop, that's falling off a cliff. This tells you everything you need to know about how much the game has changed. So how on earth did we get here? Well, it's been a wild ride. It all kicked off with a federal court ruling. That led the SBA to slam the brakes on all new applications. Then, the contracting goal got slashed from 15% all the way down to 5%. And to top it all off, a massive bribery scheme was uncovered, forcing the SBA to order a full-scale audit of the whole program. It's been chaotic, to say the least. So, is the 8A program dead? No, it doesn't look like it. But the good old days, they're over. The new reality is way more scrutiny. We're talking about bribery scandals and so-called pass-through companies that put a huge target on this program's back. So now, you got to expect deep dives into your quarterly reports. You got to document everything. Oh, and here's another wrinkle. The 8A program is now an option for government buyers when they're ordering from GSA contract holders. It just adds another layer of complexity and, yes, more scrutiny. And this whole theme of "we're watching you," it's not just for the 8A program. It's also spilling over into the woman-owned small business and HUBZone certifications, just in slightly different ways. The SBA is really trying to make sure these programs help the people they're supposed to help. For women-owned small businesses, it all comes down to one question now. Is a woman actually running the company full-time? No more figureheads. For HUBZone, it's kind of good news, bad news. It's a little easier to qualify your employees now, which is great. But the flip side is that the SBA can and will conduct audits to make sure you're playing by the rules. So what's the bottom line here? Look, if you're a legit woman-owned business or you're a legit HUBZone firm, you've got nothing to fear. These programs are stable. Just get ready for more paperwork, more reporting, and yeah, maybe an audit down the road. It's all about being transparent. Okay, so amidst all this talk of scrutiny and audits, there is a major bright spot. There's one program that's not just surviving, it's thriving. I'm talking about the Service-Disabled Veteran-Owned Small Business Program.
Let this number sink in for a minute. 98%. For certain massive construction contracts with the Department of Veterans Affairs, contracts worth billions. Almost all of that money is going to SDVOSB companies. That is just incredible.
And a huge reason this program is so strong is its rock-solid certification process. As of 2023, you can't just check a box and say you qualify anymore. You have to go through the SBA's official Vet Cert program. It's a tough verification process, and it ensures that every single company getting these benefits is the real deal.
So why is this one program on such a different path? Well, it's pretty simple. It's not facing the same legal battles because eligibility isn't based on race or gender. It's based on something earned through service to the country. That's why so many people see it as a merit-based initiative. It's got support from both sides of the aisle in Congress, and honestly, nobody wants to be seen as discouraging veteran entrepreneurs. All right, we've gone through all the major shifts and changes, so let's bring it all back home. What does this all mean for you? And what's the one thing you really need to take away from all this?
This chart really sums it all up, doesn't it? The 8A program is under a microscope, so you have to be careful. WOSB and HUBZone are holding steady, but you've got to prove you're legit. And SDVOSB? That's a huge opportunity that's only getting bigger. It's a mixed bag for sure, but the path forward is actually pretty clear.
And that brings us back to the most important message of the day. If your entire government strategy is built on having a certification, you're doing it wrong. Stop chasing the certification. Focus on building an amazing company that delivers real value. That's your foundation. That's what will bring you success, with or without a set-aside.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. You already know your business provides real value. The only question is your government strategy built on that same foundation of value? Or are you just leaning on a piece of paper? Something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.
A special thank you to MarketUS.com for furnishing us this information. You can reach them at MarketUS.com or call them at 954-636-3232. Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS.com team. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's right below the subscribe link.